In this video, we discuss Ghazal 21 from Divan Hafez, in which Hafez poetically depicts the complex nature of love. دل و دینم شد و دلبر به ملامت برخاست. گفت با ما منشین که از تو سلامت برخاست. My heart and faith were lost, and my beloved rose in reproach, saying, Do not sit with us, for you have lost your peace. My heart and faith were destroyed in the path of love. It was driven to madness, and my beloved reproached me, saying, Stay away from me, for you have lost your peace and well-being. This ghazal describes a struggle of a lover on the path of love. The poet expresses his thoughts in a style specific to Hafez only. Although the poem begins with complaints and grievances, Hafez, as always, quickly shifts to praising the beauty of the beloved. Hafez believes that complaints and grievances are not appropriate in love, and that whatever the beloved does is a blessing and their decree. Here, Hafez warns his audience that in love, it is not the case that as soon as the lover falls in love, they achieve their goal and reach the destination of union. No, this is just the beginning of the journey, and one must endure disgrace, suffer heartache, and even sacrifice lives to earn the worthiness of sitting with the beloved. Love seems easy at first, but as one progresses, problems gradually appear. It is astonishing that in love, everyone follows the same path. They fall in love easily, but soon they encounter difficulties. Yes, love is somewhat a similar story, but it is never repetitive, no matter who tells it. Hafez here too has given his heart and faith, but he still has a long way to go to reach his destination. Hafez here says, I lost my heart and faith in the path of love for the beloved. But the beloved said, You have lost your peace. It is not appropriate for you to sit with us. The beloved always finds an excuse and sets conditions to test the lover. O Hafez, you have a long way to go. You must fulfill other conditions one by one to achieve your goal. Of course, Hafez is not a lover who would retreat and surrender in the face of these obstacles and challenges. که شنیدی که در این بزم دمی خوش بنشست که نه در آخر صحبت به ندامت برخاست. Who has ever heard of anyone in this gathering who did not end up in regret after a moment of joy? Have you ever heard of anyone in the gathering of this world who enjoys a moment of happiness and does not leave the assembly in the end with regret? Hafez, with a tone of regret and sorrow, addresses his passionate heart. O heart, do not despair. This is the way of love. Who have you heard of that sat in this gathering of love or embarked on this path and did not rise in regret and remorse at the end? The challenges and obstacles in the path of love are so numerous and exhausting that not everyone can endure, and many soon give up. Earthly love is no different. The journey is the same. When someone falls in love, initially they see everything as beautiful and dreamy, and they become overwhelmed with emotions, singing love songs, making grand gestures, and making extravagant claims. assuring the beloved that they will give the world for them. Like legendary heroes, they take up pickaxe and start digging mountains, carrying the world on their shoulders and boasting about their feats. However, as they progress in the journey of love, they realize that love is not all about pleasure, but more about suffering and effort. They must often forego their own desires to act according to the beloved's wishes. Doubts begin here. There come times where they must sacrifice, give up their own pleasures, like hanging out with old friends, abandoning their own dreams, etc., to fulfill the beloved's desires. It is clear that these are difficult and breaking points, and few can remain steadfast and dedicate all their efforts to pleasing the beloved. This is why most loves end in failure and separation. شمع اگر زان لب خندان به زبان لافی زد پیش عشاق تو شبها به غرامت برخاست. If the candle boasted of those smiling lips, it stood all night in penance before your lovers. If the candle laughed with its flames and boasted of matching the beloved's smiling lips, it paid the price for this nonsense until morning, standing in the gathering of your lovers, and burned. In the path of love, one must toil, endure suffering, and pay the price. In the delicate view of the poet, even the candle pays the price in the path of love and is in the process of compensating. The candle too saw the smiling face of the beloved in the gathering and wanted to imitate it, to smile and be attractive like the beloved. In the poet's view, the dance of the candle's flame is because it tries to resemble the beloved's smiling face. The candle, for this audacity, is punished and is compelled to burn from night till dawn, illuminating the lovers' gathering. در چمن باد بهاری ز کنار گل و سرو به هواداری آن عارض و قامت برخاست. In the garden the spring breeze passed by the rose and cypress, in admiration of that face and stature. When the spring breeze saw the beautiful face and graceful stature of the beloved, it left the embrace of the flowers and cypress in the garden and rushed toward the beloved. The beloved's beauty has spread everywhere and influenced everything. The term admiration is used to enhance the elegance of the words, making the breeze's twist more tangible and the air more perceptible. Hafez is the only poet who meticulously adheres to these criteria in word selection. In the garden, the spring breeze passed by the cypress and flowers, rising in love and admiration for your face and stature. The beloved's face contrasts with flowers and their stature with the cypress. The beloved's face and stature have outshone the flowers and cypress, even attracting the spring breeze attention. مست بگذشتی و از خلوتیان ملکوت به تماشای تو آشوب قیامت برخاست. You passed by intoxicated, and from the secluded ones of the heavens, a tumult of the day of judgment arose in your sight. You displayed the splendor of love with intoxication, and the secluded ones of heavens, a metaphor for angels, who themselves are symbols of beauty and grace, raised a tumult of the day of judgment to behold you. The beauty of your radiant face as you passed by joyfully and coquettishly stirred everything and everyone into a frenzy. Even the angels and celestial beings became agitated and eager, scrambling not to miss the sight of you. You caused such an uproar that it seemed as the day of judgment had arrived. پیش رفتار تو پا بر نگرفت از خجلت سرو سرکش که به ناز از قد و قامت برخاست. In shame, the proud cypress did not lift its foot before your graceful walk and elegant stature. In the face of your delightful demeanor, out of embarrassment, the proud and graceful cypress, which boasted of its tall stature, stood still. The cypress, which boasted of its height and elegance, could not stand in shame when it saw your graceful walk. Its stature bent and broke in embracement. حافظ این خرقه بینداز مگر جان ببری کآتش از خرقه سالوس کرامت برخاست. Hafez, cast off this cloak unless you wish to save your life, for fire has risen from the cloak of hypocrisy and false piety. Hafez, cast off this cloak, the garment of hypocrisy, to save your life, for fire has risen from the cloak of deceit, the garment of hypocrisy, and their false miracles. Hafez disdains for the robe, which symbolizes piety, is evident throughout his poems. He believes that true piety and chastity do not require a specific garment or symbol. Wearing the robe loudly proclaims one's piety and virtue, which fosters hypocrisy and deceit. Hafez advises to discard the robe to avoid the hellfire that arises from the deceit and false piety associated with it. By doing so, one can become a true human and blend in with others without drawing attention through the robe.